Greetings everyone, this is Marco and welcome back to the yearly update on my collection of vintage lenses and cameras. Now 2023 hasn't been as exciting in terms of bought and sold as other years, but still an update is due. So let's begin straight away with the items I have sold. I've sold the Konica 28, 50 and 135, the Canon 70-210, the Pentax 200 and 28-80, the Jupiter 21M, the Nikkor 35-70 and the Nikon N70, the Cosina 19-35, the Sigma 70-300, the Takumar 35 and the Canon FL 200. As I had already told you the past couple years, I wanted to sell the Konica lenses because for as much as I liked them, I wasn't using them, and finally they have found a better home. As for the items I've bought, let's start with something peculiar. This is the Pentax M 40mm 2.8. It's a pancake lens, it's very small, and it is kind of rare and valuable, so I've always thought I would never buy it, but I got a good deal on it. It's not in the best condition, but the optics are clear. So I took the plunge and bought it. It was a bit over budget for my usual budget, but again, they're pretty rare, and even if I don't like it, I don't use it, I should be able to sell it for the same amount pretty easily. Then we have the Olympus 50mm 1.4. It's more compact than I thought it would be, and yeah, we'll see how it performs, especially compared to other 50mm 1.4 I have in my possession. Another Olympus lens I bought this year was the 28mm 3.5. These old 28s 3.5s have been quite surprising, so can't wait to test this Olympus. I also haven't really played around with Olympus lenses so far, so kind of curious to see how they do. Then we have the Canon FL 35mm 3.5. Again, doesn't look exciting, but curious to try it out. And an even less exciting lens, the Canon FD 35-70. Plastic Fantastic, or probably just plastic. I know this doesn't have much of a good reputation, but again, I got it for cheap and I was curious to try it out. Then we have the Canon FL 135 3.5. I am a bit of a fan of this combo 135 3.5 because it makes for good, reliable and quite compact lenses. Now this is not vintage, maybe you can call it classic. It's a Pentax KR. It's a digital camera that I bought for very cheap because I was curious to try my Pentax lenses on a Pentax digital body. For as cheap as this is, it's, something to try. And that's all for the new stuff, so let's have a recap on what I have left from the old stuff, or from the old collection. Old faithful Praktica MTL5 with the Pentacon 50mm 1.8. Still works, still fine. Takumar 135 3.5 and 50mm 1.4. I'm not gonna keep this, I want to sell them, but I still have a couple things I want to do with them before selling, so they're still around. The Canon FD kit is still the same, 300mm f5.6. 135mm 3.5, 50mm 1.8, 28mm 2.8, and the older SSC 50mm 1.4. I am a bit on the fence with the Canon FD kit because a couple of the items have been on sale, but nobody wants them apparently, especially the 300. And the others I like, but I don't use as much, but I also know that they are reliable. So I'm, again, a bit on the fence on them. The ones I am not on the fence about are my Pentax M lenses. As you know, I really love them. And they are, again, I should get rid of a couple because I have some doubles, but at the same time I kind of like having them around, so I guess I am turning a bit into a collector. But they are the 28 2.8, 28 3.5, 51.7, 51.4, 135 3.5, plus we have the Pentax P30 camera and the 70-200F. The camera I wanna shoot, and I should be able to shoot maybe this summer. I don't have clear plans about it yet, but I wanted to shoot it with the various lenses and, you know, just burn a roll of film on it. As for the MISC stuff around here, we have the Nikon Nippon Kogaku 50mm 1.4. Again, this is for sale. I don't like it. I don't use it. AF Nikkor 35-80mm D with the reversed front element. Since I've done the modification, I haven't turned it back. Super lightweight lens, actually surprisingly decent for what it is. But I am keeping this because, first of all, it would be very hard to sell it, especially for anything more than €5, which would be the correct price for it anyways. But with the modification, with the front element reversed, it is kind of funny. You do get some very interesting results, so again, worth nothing, might as well keep it and have fun with it. This I'm kinda giving up on. It's the Sigma 35-70. It's actually a very good lens, but nobody wants it, so I guess I'll have to keep it. I don't know. I haven't used it in years. It's been on sale for years, but nobody wants it, so I guess I'll have to keep it. Then we have the Suntar 35mm. I've uploaded a video kind of recently about it. I've changed my mind a lot about this lens, and again, it's worth nothing. It's broken, so I don't know. I guess it's staying there, and probably I will use it as a base for modification and experiments. This you've seen for a few years at this point, the Animex 135 2.8. Eventually a review will come, not a priority, and again, worth almost nothing. So I guess we'll review it and then we'll see. Minolta 35 2.8, kind of interesting lens. Again, review coming soon-ish. And then I'll just sell it because I don't need it, I don't want it, I don't use it or anything, but it's kind of interesting. I don't know, we'll see in the review. Then again, you've seen this for many years at this point. It's the Olympus 50mm 1.8 with fungus, with mold. You can see it, there you go. It's just been there collecting dust, separated from everything else. By the way, not worth cleaning, because cleaning would cost me more than this lens is worth. And lastly, the Granit 80-200mm, very rare Soviet zoom that again nobody wants. It's been on sale ever since, and it's still here. Nobody wants it, understandably. So yeah, that's the full update on the collection, and that's it. Let me know your thoughts. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.